The AI revolution is in full swing. We are at the very early innings, the first innings of the greatest revolution and transformation of the economy and human work and labor that we have ever seen. And one of the stocks at the very forefront and the core of this whole situation is, of course, Tesla. Now, today I want to cover something that I think people have overlooked. And it's a very important dot that we can connect to that great revolution at Tesla. And it has to do with what we see right here on the screen, something unexpected and something seemingly completely different, orthogonal, and disconnected from the Tesla story. And that is Grok Imagine. Because I was on my feet, I was looking at X, and again and again and again, I saw Elon tweeting these things about Grok Imagine. Right, here's an example. Right, this is a pretty impressive video. You know, you see this here. So this is a Grok-generated video. Look at this. It's pretty impressive because this is just stuff you can type in. If you're a Grok user, you know that. Okay, this is all very impressive. People love it. They say, wow, amazing. But I was asking myself a question. Why? Why is Elon and the XAI team doing this? In other words, things like that are incredibly difficult to build. They're incredibly difficult and they require attention and resources. And if there's one thing scarce in that race to AGI, it is attention and resources. Why would XAI and why would Elon focus so much energy, R&D, capital on video of all things? Why not engineering AI? Why not scientific discovery AI to create new materials for Tesla and all these things? And maybe you're seeing, well, they're doing all of the above. But believe me, if they do something like this, this is a deliberate decision to put a lot of energy into video. And it goes on and on and on. Look at this. Look at this amazing thing they have here. They turn this picture into this video. Can you believe it? See, they have this still picture. You upload that image and just say, do something with it, Grok Imagine, inspire me. And it suddenly does that. I mean, this is like Harry Potter level tech. This is magic, right? It's like what you see in the Harry Potter castle. So why is this all happening? I can go on and on and on. Look at this. Look at this. There's some hot girl turning into some cat and running around. It all looks pretty impressive if you ask me. That is just a prompt. So Grok Imagine is absolutely killing it. And that is not by accident. Look at this, another one. So I want to show you something that explains this crazy effort, this crazy success we see here, that I think makes sense and that pulls that out of the realm of, oh, it's cool. Oh my God, we can do cool videos into, wait a moment. This is hot stuff for Tesla. Hey, creating these videos is a lot of work. Please like and subscribe. It really helps out the channel. Now let's get back to the video. Let me show you what I mean. And I want to start this with a video, a very recent video interview with CNBC. Look at what Elon has to say. Let's take a look.
You know, you said recently tens of billions of robots, but that's decades away.
At least 1 decade away.
It's got to be more than that.
It's going to grow very fast.
Why do you think that?
I think humanoid robots will be the biggest product ever. The demand will be insatiable.
You said that
everyone's going to want one. It's like basically who wouldn't want their own personal C-3PO R2-D2?
No,
everyone's going to want one.
You've said that, and you know your goal. You've also said is to produce 1 million robots. I think by 2030. That's what I had you on the record as saying.
I think that's a reasonable target.
And then start towards sustainable abundance, which you can get into. But you know, I wonder. We've been talking about autonomous and how long it takes to train the automobile to be able to be the equivalent of or exceed human capabilities. But what about these robots? To the extent that how much training are they going to need to actually be able to do various different types of tasks?
Okay, let me interrupt here. So the guy asked Elon, how many robots? Elon says the usual stuff. It's going to be the biggest product ever. It's going to revolutionize everything. There will be tens of billions of Optimus robots roaming around. And of course, we make hundreds of trillions in EBITDA and cash flow. Of course, he didn't say that, but we know it. So yes, it's an enormous product. But now the interviewer, smart dude from CNBC, asked, but Elon, isn't this a big training problem? Isn't that a problem? Like, how long did it take your cars to work? So these robots, they would need massive training. And how? Where's the data? Who trains them? How does it even work? And now listen what Elon says.
Isn't that something that's going to take a long time? Yeah.
Yes, it's going to take a lot of compute resources, and it'll take time. I think there's certain threshold breakthroughs that we think we can achieve, where if Optimus can watch videos, YouTube videos or how-to videos or whatever, and based on that video, just like a human can, learn how to do that thing, then you really have task extensibility that is dramatic, because then it can learn anything very quickly. So I think we'll get there in the next.
We're not there yet, though.
We're not there yet.
You're relying on a significant uptick in terms of learning and training.
Yeah, no, that's why I'm calling it a very significant threshold. Would be
understood
the ability to learn from watching a video. Just so
right.
But think about this. Really understand what's going on here. Basically, we can compress the complexity of launching billions of humanoid robots into that AI problem. And that is a very important revelation that I haven't heard anyone actually point out. Most people focus on the hardware. I always said hardware is trivial. Let the Chinese do it and then copy it, whatever. Let's turn it around, let the Chinese innovate it, and then we copy them. What about that? So hardware is definitely not the problem. It's effectively solved. It will be solved over the next 12, 24 months for sure. Forget the hardware is a problem. Of course, there's sourcing. There's a lot of work. There's a lot of thinking. Ask Jeff Lutz about this. He knows all about the tremendous complexity and also some other great Tesla tubers and robot specialists. But here's the thing for me as an investor, this is all solvable stuff. This is just solve it, okay? Tesla's going to solve it. The one thing that is not clearly solvable is where does the intelligence come from? And the answer is the intelligence for robots will be very equivalent in its structure and origination to the, source and origination of the robotaxi data. You cannot fake it. You need kind of the real data to train the robots. I think the AI is also not the problem. The algorithms and the neural nets, this is all pretty clear. Very, we can figure all that stuff out, but the data will be the biggest problem for everyone. And what Elon is saying, there will be a specific threshold, breakthrough, breaking point. At that point, data is not a problem anymore. What does Elon exactly mean? And he explained that already a little bit, but we are going to look now into what that exactly means, because this is all about being exact. If we are exact and understand exactly what needs to happen, we can project when it's going to happen, we can connect the dots, and then we can make investment decisions. So Elon says the breakthrough would be that Optimus, the robot, can watch videos and learn from these videos, right? If you watch someone cook, can you cook? If you watch someone drive, can you then drive? Can you do all these things? And here is an example to understand better what this means. This is how Optimus is currently trained, the type of data you need. Let me show you. What is this? This is a POV of humans, right? That is how Optimus learns tasks. So the humans have to have the goggles on, do all that stuff, can be remote controlled, but the camera feed of the information needs to be first person point of view. And that, of course, creates massive bottlenecks, because how do you generate for all human tasks on Earth tremendous amounts of first person POV video? You can't. You have to basically generate it from scratch with cameras next to your eyes, looking through this and simulating it so that the video format you're getting, right, is basically exactly this. You need this format here. Look at this. That is what you would need for every single of the billions and billions and billions of tasks, industrial tasks of every factory, agricultural tasks, home, kitchen tasks, whatever. You would need to plug a camera into human brains and then record all of humanity from first person view. And if you don't do that, you can't train the robots. And Elon was, before this interview, already referring to an idea. What if Optimus could watch videos from the side, like a normal video like this, right? Imagine this is a human. Optimus watches someone do this here and then simulates the first person view and then can do it. and turn it into this video. Right? Can you watch a chef from the side and then simulate this? And it might sound trivial for you as a human, but I tell you, for an AI, it's non-trivial, right? That needs to happen. Okay, maybe you know where I'm going with that. Now let's go back to what we have seen Grok Imagine does. What is that Grok Imagine becomes very good at, and not randomly, where you have a massive team with billions of dollars dedicated to video for some reason? Because what does it take to create that beautiful video here of this girl getting eaten by an alligator in a fantasy world, right? Weird fantasy, but that's how it is. You let the geeks create videos. But what does it actually take to generate this video? Think about it. There is some dude, I'm sure it's a dude, he is prompting Grok and says, I want a beautiful, weirdly dressed, garden girl in a fantasy world, swim in a lake or whatever this is, a river, and an alligator following her, but not in a threatening way, right? And then Grok understands this and generates the video. Well, guess what? If Grok gets very good at that, what could you do? You could have an AI watch a video from the side, a chef from the side, then extract the information from that video and let the AI translate it. Okay, this is a chef doing something with its kitchen stuff. I'm not a cook. I don't know what they're doing, but they're shuffling around food in a pot for some reason and stir it. The AI would generate the text and then simply reprompt the text and says, please do the following. And the exact description, the chef is putting it in clockwise direction after putting tomatoes and salt in a pot and water. Please generate a video from a first person view from a chef's perspective on the pot to show me this stuff. It sounds maybe trivial to you, but let me tell you, if xAI and Tesla ever get to the point that you have an AI that can watch YouTube, billions of videos, and you can do that without copyright violation. That is the funny thing, by the way. No one will ever know. They could watch all videos on YouTube. They can then translate the text out of it. They can then translate that text and high resolution description of the video, identify all human activity and actions in all videos, decipher the exact action taken, and then comes the magic point, prompt it into first person view and tell Grok Imagine, can you please generate videos like that? 1 billion videos. What about that? With 1 billion accurate descriptions of 1 billion things that people are doing, and then create a constant stream where you suck out in real time all videos ever uploaded in real time to X and convert them all, identify all human activity and human skill sets, and in real time convert them into prompts, in real time generate first person perspective trainable videos from that, and then feed it into Optimus, and suddenly you did the magic thing, the magic threshold that no one can do right now, to convert the world's video feeds into a robot trainable first person view of all human activity. And with that, Optimus becomes real and can do everything. That is my little theory. What is happening here? It's probably true, my theory, because it's obvious once you understand it. And now you might understand why xAI is so obsessed with making video perfect, which it already nearly is. They now have to increase accuracy from prompt to video. And then they have to extend the length of video that they can generate. And then they have to make sure they can generate long lengths with high accuracy based on the text prompt, and be able to convert complex action into first-person views. And then Elon achieved the magic thing to observe the world, but convert all observed human actions into first-person view videos that then become trainable for Optimus and have the world's only vastly scalable dataset to create the age of robots. That is my little theory for today. I want to end it with this picture so you remember how a simple video can make all the difference. That is all we need. If you can generate this kind of view for all actions on Earth, you can train billions of robots to take over the human economy. And Grok is going to get the job done because it already looks absolutely beautiful. I hope that was interesting. Stay tuned. The robot revolution is coming and Tesla is going to solve something huge here. See you very soon.